I don't even know how I'm going to do the talk now. All right. There's this really great story that President Kennedy told when he was giving a speech in Houston in 1963 about space exploration. And that story comes from an Irish writer named Frank O'Connor. It's about these two Irish boys who were just traveling through the countryside. And they're walking, they're running through the fields, they're playing, they're having fun, and they're just throwing this one guy's cap back and forth. They're just playing catch with it. And they just go through the fields. And when one field ends, when one farmer's field ends, there's an orchard wall, and then you have to climb over that to get to the next field. And so they're going through and they're climbing over these little cobblestone walls, and they keep going, and each time the walls get higher and higher and higher, and they keep going. But it was getting really late when they came to a wall that was too tall to climb. They just couldn't do it. And the one friend goes, look, how are we going to get home? If we can't climb, this thing's huge. And all his friend does is take the cap and throw it over the wall. And the guy says, well, what did you do that for? Now, not only are we not going to get home, your lucky cap's gone. And the guy just looks at him. The guy just looks at him and goes, I threw it over the wall so that we'd have no choice but to follow it. We got a lot of walls in life. If you're anything like me, I think you feel that. There's a lot of walls right now in this world. Some of them we created, and some of them we didn't. But I'm not here to talk about the ones we created, because we could spend a long time on that. Because I think there's a couple of walls in our lives that all of us share. Every single one. And the one I'm interested in tonight is purpose. Why are we here? First reason, because Tay just told us to be here. That was the first thing. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. But why do we get up every morning? Why do we do what we do? And that's a question that I've wrestled with for a long time. I feel like it's born into every single one of us. And it followed me. It started when I was born in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma. It followed me down Interstate 40 when I moved here. And it's been with me the entire time. And I've wrestled with it in different ways. The first thing that came to me is, okay, I'm here for one of those basic human needs. I think everyone in here mostly wants to be happy. Maybe that's it. Maybe our purpose in life is to ensure our happiness. But something about that just didn't feel right. Because happiness is a result of what we do. How can that be the reason behind what we do? So that wasn't it. And then I move fast forward a little bit to the wall of the ASB room freshman year. Miss Jelnick put this quote up on the wall from Gandhi, very famous quote, if you want to find yourself, lose yourself in the service of others. And so maybe that's it. Maybe our purpose is to serve others. That one stuck with me a lot. I thought about that for years. In the back of my mind was that quote. But it didn't come together. It never made sense. I want to ensure my happiness and my success, and I also want to serve others. And what is the connection between those two? Where is the fundamental underlying purpose? And that is when I read one of my all-time favorite quotes, favorite pieces of words strung together ever. And it was written by St. Paul the Apostle in Galatians 5:13. You were called to freedom, brothers. But do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love, serve one another. Some translations even say become enslaved to one another. That's powerful stuff. And that is my all-time favorite verse. And whether you're religious or not, this is not a religious talk, this is a human talk. But whether you're religious or not, I think we should all agree in here that we are blessed to be here. We're listening to great performances and my performance, and it's great, it's awesome. And we are blessed to be doing that. And lost in that, though, is that there's invisible wiring going through this room. From your heart to the heart of the person sitting next to you, and from my heart into yours. There are these coils that are running through this room. You can't even see them, but they're there. Think about that. Our greatest purpose, our purpose, we think it's supposed to come from us, but it doesn't. Because our purpose is drawn from others. Because we were called to these blessings. We were called to be free. And the logical decision would be, I'm going to use my freedom to indulge myself. But that's not satisfying, is it? All the material, you hear about it. All the material, all the riches in the world. And there's something not fulfilled. Clearly not for that child. There's something. All right, well, I was getting on a profound thing. All right, let's finish it up. So, there is something not fulfilled about all those riches and those material things, because there's something about us as human beings that craves others, craves connections. And that's where we go back to the cap and the wall. Because we stand up next to a lot of walls in life, and we let the walls give us purpose. We give them all the power. College admissions, that's a wall. And I'm defining myself by that. I'm saying that this is my purpose, to get into college, to come over the wall. My purpose is to be happy. I'm going to go over this wall and be happy. Purpose is in the cap, guys. And it's because the cap meant something to the friend. Because the one boy alone wouldn't have climbed over that wall. The one boy alone couldn't have done it, because we ourselves, you know it, you felt it. There's been moments where you felt broken, where you felt defeated. And how do you come out of it? With others. Because the cap and the friend are the reason that those two boys got home that day. Because sitting next to you is the greatest purpose you have in life. Sitting next to you is what puts the hue in front of the man to make human. There is not one man on an island. There are all of us together. And it is from each other that we draw our greatest work. Think about that paradox. Your greatest purpose, my greatest purpose. This is the revelation that I had in my life. I'm 17 years old. This is the thing so far in a very short time span that I think is the greatest truth that I've realized so far. And clearly, I have not, mastered the purpose of life by any means. This is the beginning of a very long journey, I think. But I hope. But the greatest truth that I've found so far is that my purpose and our purpose doesn't come from ourselves. Thank you all very much.